Republicans are feeling more optimistic than ever right now that they are in fact going to not just take back the House of Representatives in 2022, but that we're going to see a massive red wave that could actually flip 70 seats in the House from Democrat to Republican. That, at least, is according to Representative Tom Emmer, who is the chair of the National Republican Congressional Committee. And he thinks, he's not saying they're definitely going to flip 70, but he's saying as many as 70 could be flipped. And then he went on to say, of course, that really no Democrat seat is safe because Republicans have the money. They've got not a message because they agreed they weren't going to come up with any messaging or policy positions for the midterms, but they got the money, and by God, they've got the arrogance, right? And of course, as we've talked about, as everybody's talked about, they got history on their side. Typically, the House of Representatives, if it is under the control of the party that just retook the White House, they will lose it in the midterms following their election. Historically, that's what happened. There's like 2 or 3 maybe exceptions to that throughout the last 100 or so years, but it's very common. So historically speaking, yes, Republicans were already poised to take over the House of Representatives. And of course, given the fact that the Democrats have not delivered on many of their major campaign promises, and the few promises they have delivered on have been massively scaled back, yes, that also gives the Republicans a little bit more of an edge. Biden's approval rating, 41-42%, that benefits the Republicans. Here's the problem, though. In all of their arrogance and in all of their optimism, they're forgetting something. They're forgetting the fact that they have sent hundreds of thousands of their own Republican voters to an early grave by not protecting them from COVID. If you don't think that's not going to play a role in the 2022 election, then you clearly have not been paying attention. We know that the death rates in Republican areas is 3 times greater than those in Democratic areas. And especially with COVID surging right now, hospitals at full capacity, waiting rooms overflowing, that is going to cause more death. Not just from COVID either, by the way. If there are no beds available in your local hospital and your appendix ruptures, yeah, you don't have much of a chance. Or you have a heart attack. Or you get into a car accident. Overflowing hospitals doesn't just mean that COVID people get turned away. It means everybody with emergencies would have to be turned away because there's literally no place in a hospital for them to go. So this is the problem that Republicans have. For all of their arrogance, they're forgetting that their arrogance over the last year and a half has killed people. That their refusal to protect the public is going to come back and bite them. Their numbers, I'm sure, will swell in the 2022 midterms. I'm not saying they're not going to retake the House. I fully believe they will. I hope they don't, but I think they're going to. But I don't think that red wave is going to be as big as they thought. I think they're going to find out the hard way that letting their base die off probably wasn't the smartest electoral strategy, and it's going to cost them a good number of seats in 2022. If the Democrats actually went forward with that message, maybe the Republicans wouldn't take back the House. If Biden comes out, cancels student loan debt, decriminalizes marijuana, does any of the things he could do without having to get congressional action, Democrats may not lose. It is what it is. The messaging's there, waiting for Democrats to adopt it, but they're not. And that's probably going to lead to Republican victories. But again, a lot of dead voters out there on the right. So the margin of victories will not be as big as the Republicans would like to think.